Hey guys, welcome to YakShaver Sprint 86 review. So this week, the sprint goal was for the user confirmation for MCP tool usage. Unfortunately, that was not done. The feature, the pieces are there, but we're still missing the ask, YOLO, and what's the last one, Stephen? Warn pipelines.
Yeah, warn or waiting.
That's missing. That's the final step in order to complete this user confirmation. And the second one is video hosting, setting up the tenant SharePoint for the customer. That is not done. However, we have booked in a time this week to get that done with them. So we got
So
the
the
time
functionality is
sheets.
done, but we just haven't implemented it for that particular client yet.
Exactly.
Yes, correct. Yes. So let's go to some of the PBIs. So the first one is allow MCP servers to connect with OAuth. So Baba, let's give a quick summary about this one.
Yes, previously there was a pain when setting up MCP settings. Users should also bring their personal access token and set it manually. But now we integrated OAuth, and whenever MCP server is being used, a new pop-up will be shown to log in, for example, as a GitHub user or Jira user. So users doesn't need to like bring their personal access token and set it manually now.
Nice.
Yeah. So should be taking a bit of time to load. So once it's loaded,
Has that been added to the docs?
No, there's no docs yet. I will create a docs.
Yeah, so we can see that real quick when it's connecting to GitHub, it's loading the OAuth. Oh, it's taking a long time, I think, because I have a lot of things open. But yes, it would go through the normal OAuth stuff that goes to the GitHub login, which will automatically sign you in. So there's no need for any headers or anything special technical things that you need to know about connecting to GitHub MCP and other MCP servers. Just another thing I want to bring up while I have this open. Tino has added the GitHub token status check. So this is for wanting to go to different releases and seeing preview versions of different pull requests. And this just makes it easy to see if it's valid or not.
So am I right in thinking that instead of giving your personal access token, you basically just give your username and password? So it's like logging into GitHub.
No. So this is for the releases. So this still requires a personal access token, but this is only important if you care about going through different PRs and seeing things before they get merged.
So this is for the devs, not for the users.
Correct. Whereas this MCP server, this one, you just need to sign in. So you see authorization successful. This is just how it goes through. It just uses your GitHub login on your browser.
Yeah, your username and password like a normal user.
Correct. Whatever you use, yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's gonna be easier for non-technical users. Perfect. Thank you.
And Baba and Stephen, you guys can go through some of the things you did for the whitelisting. Maybe Stephen, you want to give a summary about what has been done so far?
Yeah, sure. This is a part of the entire thing. So Baba helped me implement the whitelist. So the user can select a group of MCP tools, and the MCP tools went through the orchestrator loop and does not require any user approval. If the tool is not in the whitelist, every time when the orchestrator needs to execute a tool, it will ask user if you approve for this tool usage. So currently, we have got the whitelist and the orchestrator loop message loop. What we still missing is we need to have 3 settings to allow user to select from. So one is YOLO. When it's on YOLO mode, it's like I'm feeling lucky. So MCP orchestrator does not ask for approval when there's a tool need to be executed, and there's a waiting. So every time when orchestrator needs to execute a tool, it sends out a prompt to the user, but it only waits for 15 seconds. If user does not deny it, it will automatically run that tool. And the other one is always ask. So as long as a tool that is not on whitelist, it requests user to approve the tool usage, and it will wait there until user either click on approve or deny. So that's the three models.
So instead of having a binary tick box, you'll have a drop down with 3 options or something, will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And the last one that I just want to bring up is the YouTube as input. So now in our settings, we have an advanced settings that allows you to, this is the GitHub stuff, that allows you to turn on the YouTube workflow. So if I turn that on, we can see now we can process an existing YouTube link. And essentially what we can do with this is process old videos or even dump in full like meetings to process.
Does it have to be YouTube or can it be any video?
At the moment, it's using YouTube.
We could connect it to any. The idea behind this was I wanted to try reshaving some old V1 YakShaver videos with YakShaver desktop, just to see if it does a better job or something like that.
Nice.
Are you grabbing the transcript or you're actually reading the?
We download the video and then from there it's the same as if you just recorded it locally.
So it's not taking the YouTube transcript, it's pulling one out of Whisper.
Correct.
Yep. And let's continue on. So Baba, take it away.
Sorry, I do have one question. I know.
Yes.
Trying to keep it clean. So those two sprint goals were marked as failed, but I saw some items in there that sounded like they were the sprint goals. So what's remaining on those?
So with this one, it's getting it, doing it with the customer. So we already booked in a time for that.
So that's a couple of hours, probably, hopefully.
Hopefully it takes 30 minutes. We have the README with the full instructions already written out.
Yeah,
we just need to go through with them.
But from a PBI point of view, it's a 1. Yeah. What about the top one?
Correct. Yeah, Stephen, what still needs to be done?
The majority part has already been done. The only missing part is we need to have 3 options for the user. One is YOLO and waiting and yeah.
So time remaining approximately a day, half a day, 3 days?
2.
2 days? So that's
no, not 2 days, 2 points.
Half a day. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're close. We're very close on both those.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. Baba, take it away.
Okay, so code coverage it decreased 0.1%, and we just scroll down. And there was 1 production deployment to Teams app and 1 production deployment to desktop app. Back to you, Luis.
Application health. So we had 100% availability. There was a spike in people trying to access things they're not supposed to. We had a spike in errors here. This was when me and Rick were testing out this tenant SharePoint workflow, and we were fixing up these issues. And this spike was one of the issues that was recently fixed. So it's all good. And Stephen.
Yeah. To come to the leaderboard. So in the past 30 days, Huck still on the top 1, and followed by Chloe and Jake.
Is this the desktop app or the cloud?
It's the portal.
But it's just the Teams app. At the moment,
but if I record with the desktop, it doesn't come in.
Correct.
Correct. Desktop has no authentication, so we don't know who you are at the moment on the desktop app.
We are going to add it as soon as we can, but we haven't got up to it yet.
Okay.
Next sprint?
Not in next sprint, because we're still finishing the desktop app.
Cool.
Yeah. And comes to the roadmap, we had 11% increase on the YakShaver Agent 2.0. And the backlog status, as of today, we had like 50 new PBIs created by YakShaver, and PBIs labeled by YakShaver is like 75% increase, and also completed PBIs we have 49, and net change in PBI there's 6 increase.
Cool. Willow, you want to go through the R&D and AI tools?
Yeah. So for R&D, Stephen focused on experiment vibe coding by narrowing the scope and whitelisting tools using a manual implementation. And Baba and I has did something with the to integrate MCP with OAuth. And for AI tools, Louis used Chat GPT 5.1 with Codex and YakShaver Desktop. So Stephen added to use YakShaver Desktop, and also for Tino and Callum used the YakShaver Desktop. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to add on, Baba has moved over to Tray and has been using Kimi K2 as well.
Is it anyone using Opus 4.5?
There's a new one every week.
I know. No, not yet.
No.
Okay, so that's currently the world's best coding model. So if you get a chance,
is it on GitHub Copilot?
I don't know.
Oh, we're gonna have a look afterwards. Ooh. Tenant stats. So we have 39 tenants. We have 2 completed the setup. 11 total shaves from non-SSW, and SSW did 86 shaves. And moving down to the Copilot stats, Tino.
All right, so it seems like Louis is again has the spokesperson. I spoke the most. He just won't shut up, and we have Caleb running up. Yep, let's keep going. All right, so for the main issue that is completed is that in the past sprint, there's the all-auth integration for MCP servers in YakShaver. This feature allows users to connect to MCP servers using OAuth, eliminating the need to store personal access tokens or other secrets in YakShaver. It was highlighted as the most significant achievement because it improves security as user experience. And the team even disclosed promoting this on LinkedIn as the coolest thing developed during sprint. Yeah, sounds about right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Alan, would you like to go through the retro?
I'd love to, Louis. What went well? So I said valuable feedback from customers. So one of the bits of customer feedback we received was that they like using a product called jam.dev because it gives you browser telemetry when you record issues, things like console logs, HTTP errors, or I guess other logs and stuff like that. So I've started vibe coding my next PR, which is launching a browser window from YakShaver and then collecting all the telemetry as it comes back. And then we pass it all through together with the video and transcript to the orchestrator. So I think that's a really cool feature.
That's cool.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll help us win some market share back. Every customer counts, obviously. And then the other one, we had a bit of an issue this week with recording the user's camera feed. Obviously, that's one of the features that YakShaver V1 does that V2 doesn't do at the moment. So we can record the screen just fine, but we can't do the camera. So the suggestion we want to try is to actually do the user's webcam on the screen so that when you record the screen, you'll just have their webcam floating there. And that way the user can move it around the screen if it's, blocking something important or whatever. We're just sort of offloading the task of compositing the picture-in-picture to the user when they record it. So hopefully that'll work. And Stephen noted MCP is fun and powerful, which I think is something everyone can agree with. What didn't go so well, Louis suddenly got pulled off for a spec review. I think that's sort of a humble brag that he's so in demand that he couldn't focus on YakShaver.
That's cool.
I also noted I've been unable to canary test pass it. So I had a version that had everything that I wanted a couple of weeks ago, but just merging it all in is taking longer than expected, which is a bit sad. What needs to improve? So like I said, the browser telemetry to orchestration stuff is a good idea. That's something we'll do. Louis said don't do the first deployment on the day of the sprint review, which is a good point. And I suggested we should just automatically deploy desktop app updates as soon as they're ready. So currently it's waiting for someone to make a manual deployment, but I mean, since we already automatically deploy updates in the PR branches and they should be tested at that point, I don't think there's a reason why we should hold off on deploying once it's merged to main as well.
Nice. Thank you, Callum, for that one. And we'll go into the planning. So the sprint goal to get a canary test pass by Callum. As there's still the last bit, which is the whitelisting of the tools left. So we have this in the sprint, as well as some of the things to improve for next time. So we want to look at the automated release flow instead of manually releasing, and also currently we're storing a few things not as securely as we'd hope. So we want to do a bit of an investigation to see how we can do that a lot better before we release it out for people to start using it.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest feedback points we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to release it without its stats going on the leaderboard?
No.
Internally, we can release it internally, but we're gonna obviously gonna build it until it does connect to the portal.
But even if you release it internally, you won't know who's doing YakShaves with it.
That is true.
I think we can get started with the canary testing because we'll be talking to each person individually, and hopefully that will come in the sprint after next, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as for the co-pilot on what the main issue, what is the main issue to do next? It says the main issue planned for next sprint is to implement automatic deployment for the YakShaver desktop app whenever a pull request is merged into the main branch. Currently, releases require manual workflow, which slows down testing and feature rollout. The team agreed to change the GitHub Actions workflow so that it triggers on merge to main and also handles versioning in package.json.
This sounds wrong.
Yeah, I think
I was
going to
say
that
was quite a minor issue in the scheme of things. I think the main thing is to get the canary test pass from me, which is the sprint goal next sprint.
I think it thought it was important because I tried to record it 3 times, maybe because I repeated myself 3 times and thought this is super duper important. Yeah. So it's not quite accurate.
You tried to record it 3 times?
So I tried using the desktop app to record to do YakShaves, but I think when I'm recording with Teams on top of it, something goes wrong. So we'll need to investigate that one. But yeah, I tried it twice, didn't work. So I went to use the Teams app for the last try.
So you YakShaved it 3 times, and so from this thing's point of view, it heard you say it 3 times.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool. This video will be on the YakShaver YouTube channel like all the others. Thank you guys for joining me in this meeting. I'll see you next week.
See you, Lewis. Cheers.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.